As the Coachella Valley continues to grow as an entertainment and cultural empire in the California desert cities, Mutual 111 is your go-to for local and regional arts, literature, music, special events, and theater. From the Mutual Broadcasting System studios in Palm Springs, it's The Desert Scene with Bonnie G.
And welcome to The Desert Scene. Happy to have you here and really excited to welcome to the show Lisa Vroman, hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, who's in the cast of The Fantastics. It's the Coachella Valley Repertory presents the West Coast premiere of The Fantastics, A Love Story Reimagined. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Did I botch up your name?
You did not.
Okay.
Vroman. It's a tricky one. And people ask me all the time, is that your stage name? And I say, why would I choose that? Yes,
question.
That's my name.
Okay. So it's Vroman versus Vroman?
Vroman.
Vroman. It is Vroman. Okay. All right. Perfect.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk first of all, so people know. Tell us what A Love Story Reimagined, The Fantastic means. How is it different from the original people are used to?
Well, the basic. I mean, people have loved and seen this show many, many times over the years. It was on for so many years off Broadway. I first did it as a sophomore in college and then 2 times in summer stock as the girl. Now, in the original production, it's 2 fathers, and it's a love story, kind of a fairy tale, with 2 fathers with single parents with a boy and a girl. And you don't know anything about them or where they are. It's just sort of off the grid, kind of imagined. And Tom Jones did another treatment for it before he passed away, which was, I think, workshopped once. And it's now 2 mothers and two sons. So that's the basic scenario, kind of all they need to know going in.
Yeah, and you play one of the mothers, and I have to just get this out right away. Is your musical director is Chip Prince, who's a friend of mine. I've worked with him in a Broadway review I do, and he is the best. He's just the best.
Well, you want to know my history with Chip
Yes,
Prince?
yes.
I also agree. Not only do we have the same birthday, same day, same year, so we'd like to do sideshow because we're birthday twins, but we met in the first bus and truck of in the 90s with Les Miserables. So
Wow.
I have known Chip a very long time, and I ended the CD Rep cabaret season in August.
Yes.
The solo show, and he played with me, and it was like working with your family. And he is a brilliant talent. He is doing an amazing job here with everyone. He's kind. He's like a brilliant musician.
Yes.
And does he play the piano?
Yes, and it's people who are not. I'm a performer as well. Who are not sometimes don't realize the difference between. I mean, first of all, a pianist versus an accompanist. That's number one, and then a musical director, and then someone who's had Broadway experience, and then someone who not only is wonderful on the piano but also is good with helping singers find little things. And he does all of that, and it's just
a great
fabulous.
teacher, a kind person, a smart person. His ego is in the right place, and I got to say that across the board, we're having a ball with each other. I mean, it's just the cast is just lovely, and we're excited about, finally, I have done a lot of shows for a long time, and I teach in a BFA program in LA and do lots of symphony concerts, which I've been doing for many, many years. But it's exciting to be part of a creative process because this is kind of uncharted territory, and we're able to throw out a lot of thoughts about what's happening. It was written for fathers, and now the other mother and I, Sade, we're just kind of going, well, let's see how it works with women. What would we be like? What would we do in it? So that's it's great to be part of.
And so tell me, were you surprised or about any of the changes made from the original to now that it's reimagined with mothers? Or
surprised? No.
Okay.
I think when they workshopped it before, what they didn't do was alter, just kind of readjust voicing so it suited the voices you have. Like women don't want to just sing in the men's register because then as the boys do the other parts, especially Lewis, who is the Louisa, character taking over vocally, it's in the same register.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So then it all sounds kind of redundant. And now we're doing some very, very clever revoicing. I'm having to warm up, as it turns out.
And I'm looking at let's talk about the cast. There's someone else in your cast I know, Eric Scott Romney. He's been in my Broadway review, Razzle Dazzle, that we do over at the Palm Springs Cultural Center. He's amazing.
With Doug Graham.
Yes. He's my co-host. Yes. Yeah, we do it twice a month over there. It's really fun. So talk to us a little bit about the rest of the cast. Did you know anyone else going in?
Yes. Well, the director, Craig Wells, who was also part of that Les Mis company originally with me. So I've known him a very, very long time. I had met Adam Carson, who was our general manager of the theater.
Yes.
In Ohio before he moved out here, which is how he connected with me to come out in August. Wayne Bryan, who is just going to stop the show, is amazing. Directed, ran the Music Theater of Wichita for years and is now out here. So there's years of knowing somebody, and then there they are in your backyard, which is great. It feels like theater's such a small world in the family.
Yes.
But the two younger fellows, Jack and my son Jack, grew up in upstate New York, as I did, and went through a theater program with a very, very good friend of mine. So that's connective. And Eric worked in a theater that I've worked with, and we have a lot of friends in common. So, I mean, it's so interconnected. I mean, it's crazy.
So
this family we have.
Let's talk a little bit about the rest of your career. So you did a Phantom of the Opera, Christine on Broadway, off-Broadway national tours, Les Mis, Music Man, Kiss Me Kate, King and I. Talk a little bit about, did you always know as a young person, did you know that musical theater was going to be your thing?
Well, no, I don't think so. I loved it. I was a little, tomboy in upstate New York and racing snowmobiles. And my mother was my junior high school choral director, so I was forced to be in the choir.
Okay.
So I'm happy now that she did that, because it gave me a musical foundation of musicianship, reading music, singing with others. We did musicals in high school, of course. But my mother loved she was a pianist, but she loved moving musicals. My dad was an undertaker, so I just kind of didn't want to go in his direction.
Okay. I like your choice. That was a good choice, I think.
Yeah. But I guess it was a small town. And, to offset his caring for all the people that he knew. That's what his job was. And so he knew everyone. He grew up with all of these people.
Wow.
When he was caretaking, music was his solace, why he married my mom. He wanted music and kids in his life to heal that, come to find out. And I'd come home at 3 p.m. I knew he was having a bad day when Ella Fitzgerald was like blaring through the house.
Yeah.
And so that's impressive when you have your parents using music to heal.
Yes.
And, well, now it's just more important than ever. But I went to school to be a teacher, to like my mother's sister, choral music education, and then I went to grad school to sing, and decided maybe the classical world wasn't my path. And I was doing summer stock at the same time of getting a master's degree, and I found my people and theater people.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I really vocally fit into that classic musical theater slot, but I found my way, and I've been able to very grateful and lucky to have been able to support a career, and it seems to be still going.
Yeah. And did you say you still teach in LA? You teach a little bit in LA?
Yeah, I started just before the pandemic. I lived there, and it was between concerts. It was like, I want to see it. I love to teach, and I love do a lot of master classing, and I love the college age because I don't have kids, and they're hilarious. And
yeah,
when they overshare, you have to plug your ears and go, okay, that's too much. I'm not your mother.
Yeah.
But it's AMDA, and it's just BFA, actor, singer, dancer kids, some commercial singers with my love dearly. I was like, how am I going to teach that? But I find I'm a technical teacher, one-on-one, voice technique. And I want to give them as much sustainable technique so they can go have whatever career they're going to have and really trust their own voice. And it's been pretty thrilling. During the pandemic, it was tough.
Yeah.
We were in Zoom, and Zoom doesn't like singers.
Yeah, it doesn't work well. Yeah.
It doesn't work well.
Yeah.
And I've hung on, and they're give me a little time off because the semester starts Monday, but I'm in the middle of booking all my lessons with the students, and I'm working around this. Most of the teachers there are working artists, so it's a constant scramble. But it's about the one-on-one with them, and I can't tell you, if it wasn't for them during the pandemic and me reinforcing conditioning, I'm not sure I would have stayed in the game this much. actually. Mm-hmm. They helped me as much as I hope I was helping them stay in emotionally. So, all that.
Fabulous. Now, I always love to ask people like you have this very long resume. Is there a role, a show that's on your bucket list that you haven't done yet that you'd love to do?
Yeah. I mean, I've had a lot of them. It's like post-Phantom, and then Phantom was 10 years of my life. And then you find that you are, I like to say, you've gone from ingenue to ingenue not so new.
Okay.
And it's an old joke. And then you get to do the things like I did The Music Man with Shirley Jones playing my mom, and The King and I, which I loved more than anything because there wasn't a lot of high notes.
Yeah.
It was just wonderful. I would like to do more plays. I did get to do Maria Callas in the play Masterclass.
Oh, great. Yeah.
And I do that again in a heartbeat. It was scary, but just thrilling to embody that singer. And I have to say, if I had to pick one, it would be Margaret in Light in the Piazza. I think that's still on that list.
Okay. Well, Lisa, I'll let people know the Fantastics opens November 1st, runs November 1st to the 12th at CV Rep. If you haven't been to CV Rep to see a show, you've got to check it out. It's fabulous. You can get tickets at cvrep.org. And again, it's the Fantastics, a love story reimagined, the West Coast premiere of this with musical director Chip Prince and Lisa Vroman. So nice to talk to you. And
also, Bonnie,
best of luck with the show. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful, and with your future endeavors. Thank you so much. All right. Have a wonderful day. Thank you to Lisa. And for everybody else, we'll see you the next time on The Desert Scene.
Join us again for The Desert Scene with Bonnie G. from Mutual 111. Be sure to visit thedesertscene.com for more show information, and mutual111.com for our full library of episodes.